Hello everybody, welcome back to Tousi TV with some breaking news coming from the Middle East. The Islamist leadership of Gaza have announced that one of the hostages who was supposed to be released this Sunday as part of the ceasefire deal is now mysteriously dead. They are blaming the IDF for hitting her without providing any evidence. Of course, the actual ceasefire agreement or the hostage deal is also in turmoil because the Israelis obviously lashed out at Hamas for making last-minute blackmail demands. And also now the Islamist leadership in Gaza are having a bit of a problem with the Qatari mediators. They want to make sure that everything resolved by this weekend. But let's talk about this weird thing that's happened, because they're now claiming that one female hostage, Israeli hostage, is now dead, despite the fact that it makes no sense why and how, even accidentally, the IDF could just hit the exact location of the prisoner. Now, as part of the agreement is also to identify the location and to send them to obviously use the Qataris and the Egyptians to actually transfer the hostages. This is getting really, really concerning now. So this is according to Hamas. After announcing the agreement, the enemy, as in Israel, the enemy army targeted a place where one of the female prisoners of the first stage of the ceasefire deal was located. Any aggression and shelling at this stage by the enemy could turn the freedom of a prisoner into a tragedy. Now, we don't have the full facts, but these people are insane. We know that they've been trying to blackmail Israel over the last day or two, especially the last 12 hours or so. We know how evil these people are. We know that they're trying to send a message that, oh, well, more hostages could accidentally just die. Now, this is the only leverage they have left, but they don't care about human life. So we will get some more confirmation. Of course, the IDF have denied so far because there's absolutely no evidence of what Hamas say actually had happened. But this is quite concerning. Everything else been going on because over the last day or two, actually over the last 24 hours, we've been getting the Palestinian side celebrating on the streets. We've had kids, actual kids, going around with guns. We've had the leadership of Gaza saying we will do 7th of October again. We've had this woman, many of them, this is just one example. This woman, we got the subtitles, she's going around, she's saying she's proud of what happened on the 7th of October. And they would do it again. They're all saying the same thing. Watch this.
ولادنا ان شاء الله كل سنه راح يكون في 7 اكتوبر. مش هعدد لك التاريخ بس وعد من محروق قلبها كل سنه يا نتنياهو فيه ك7 اكتوبر، وهذا باذن الله وعد عند الله ومنصوري وباذن الله منصوري. So these are the people
who the global left claim that they want peace. Doesn't seem that way, obviously. But it continues from here, because one of the main issues that we currently have is that Israel might be releasing around 1,000 Palestinian terrorists and Islamists from their prisons to send them back to Gaza. Some of them apparently will be sent to Turkey, as if that's going to fix anything. Yeah, send them to Erdogan so that Erdogan could train them even better. But, I mean, he won't. But all this is escalating the situation. But following all that, we do have some more breaking news as well, because the IDF have now announced that Mohammed Hashim Zahdi Abu al-Rus, one of the terrorists who was actually involved in the 7th of October Nova festival massacre, was eliminated in an airstrike in Gaza. The strike was part of over 50 operations targeting Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad operatives, as well as, of course, the infrastructure such as their weapons depots and rocket launchers and observation posts. So another one bites the dust, but these guys are completely unhinged. As I said, we've had kids going around with guns. I'm going to show you another example. We had, in public, openly, Hamas members coming out again, proudly showing their faces with everything else. Watch this. This level of brainwashing has been going on since childhood. And unless you reform the whole culture and the infrastructure of schooling, education, and everything else that's happening in Gaza, you're not going to fix this problem. This is going to become a generational problem as kids grow up. Every generation will turn into the same thing. You need to address the roots of the problem. You can't just say, well, we just got rid of Yahya Sinwar, everything's fine now, let's make a ceasefire deal. It doesn't fix it. You have to sort out the cultural issues that's been going on for years and years, especially the last 20 years. But again, this isn't really just about Gaza. Let's not forget about the nutters in Lebanon. Hezbollah has now been exposed because apparently, once again, they've been using the United Nations sites to hide their weapons and equipment. Surprise, surprise. This is one of the images that the IDF have now published. A number of other pictures that we have. The IDF just uncovered a Hezbollah weapons warehouse 300 meters from a UN base in Lebanon. And then they said, well, all these buildings have been interconnected in southern parts of Lebanon, from schools to United Nations buildings and everything else. I mean, this is just embarrassing. Now, we have a new government in Lebanon, a new administration in Lebanon. They have obviously said that they are massively going to be cleaning up the mess that was left by Hezbollah and obviously Hassan Nasrallah and all the others. We will judge them based on their actions. We'll see if they want to make their own country, Lebanon, great again or not. This was the latest breaking news from the Middle East. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.